It's another live shot from the California Republican Convention, and I'm going here in five, four, three. This has been a party, uh, an informative one, a revealing one, but a party nonetheless. And it's the convention for the Republicans in the state of California. I'm CharLee Simons, broadcasting live with the Associate Delegates Program, and glad to be helping them out with all of this. And anybody who comes by, we're just going to throw them on the air. That's what we're doing. And I get to know them sometimes for the first time. Like Samuel, I don't really know you all that well.
No,
Tell us who
no,
you are.
no. Yeah, my name is Samuel Hernandez, and I'm a delegate, appointed delegate by ex officio Elizabeth Wong Allers, who ran for California State District 25. And that includes all the way from Glendale to Burbank and along the foothills down into the lower San Gabriel area of Monterey Park, Alhambra, and San Gabriel.
Are you part of the Central Committee there too then?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Central Committee?
Yes, I am part of the Central Committee, so I'm part of the AD 49.
Have you been having any kind of difficulties with the state party, like I'm hearing a lot of Central Committees have?
Yeah, well, that's kind of the theme, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we've been having some. I mean, we more than anything, what we'd like to see is more support. Right, from the party. Complaints and some issues related to the delegates. So, as an example, a lot of our Central Committee members, or most of them are not automatically delegates. So we feel that the members ought to be delegates. Yeah, right. Right now, I'm serving as an alternate, so that doesn't impact me as much as it does my colleagues in the Central Committee. But that would be something would be really, really good to have. And funding, right? So my candidate that I
That's
support,
a big thing for SoCal. I keep hearing this from candidates and representatives that the state party is not supporting them financially, not giving them any assistance, which I thought that's what they were there for.
Well, that would be the case, right? That they should be there for that.
But especially SoCal, though.
Especially
You're
SoCal.
not getting help down there when you run for office. Why is that?
That's a good question. Allie, part of it I think is because it's kind of like, I mean, if you do the statistics, it's probably like a losing proposition. I'm not going to put my money behind a candidate that really doesn't have the probability of winning. But again, if you don't help them to get started, okay, they'll never win. So most of our candidates in the Southland have been grassroots. And, they're just by bootstrap, getting as much donations as they can, wherever they can. And getting a lot of people to come and join. With Elizabeth Allers as an example, we got a lot of volunteers to come out. We had more candidates than most other campaigns did. I'm sorry, not candidates, volunteers, than most of the other candidates who were running. So a typical meeting that we would have, as an example, would be anywhere from 60 to 70 volunteers all coming in. It was like a mini rally, and we'd go out and make the phone calls, write letters, and we'd go out and knock on doors every weekend. 4 or 5, 10, 15 people were out, knocking on doors, passing out information for Elizabeth. It was great. Yes, absolutely.
That is ultimately, I think, how races are won, just boots on the ground, in hands, and letting people see you face to face and actually ask you questions, possibly.
Yep, absolutely. A lot of that going on. Yeah, the boots on the ground. There's no better term than that. Yeah.
Where do we go from here? How do we help you? How do we find what you all are doing down there?
Well, we're all doing different things now. So Elizabeth right now is taking a break from her, from her candidacy and taking a look at what her next options are. As for me, I'm working with my wife to form a California Republic Assembly in the San Gabriel area, in Alhambra. Yep, Alhambra, San Gabriel, and we really want to have a strategic focus within the church environment. So for all those Christians that are still Democrat and kind of wondering why, okay,
How they justify that with the Bible. My only thought on that is they don't read the Bible. Because if they did, they would definitely have a much clearer understanding that the party that they are supporting is the party of death, if nothing else.
Well,
Talking
indeed.
about abortion.
Abortion, and among a whole other list of areas, from marriage to socialized to parenting, to crime. I mean, if you read the Bible, you have to stand up against crime, as an example, right? You have to stand for life. And so these are the things that the Democrats have their name all over. You know, the shopping. What do you call it? You know, when you go and you do your shopping. The guys that rob the stores, right? They drop in there, they smash the glasses, smash
and
and run,
grab, yeah.
smash and grab. Yeah, obviously it's not my life, so I can't figure out the nomenclature for that. But yeah, but those are the things that have impacted our communities. Indeed, we had. I remember one time we were out canvassing in the Glendora area. And so we're out there. That's pretty far away from LA, right? From downtown Los Angeles. So I'm out there knocking on doors, and they're like, nobody wants to answer the door. Finally, I get this lady who answers the door, and we get to talking. She, not too long ago, people are taking trains because they're for free for homeless people. And they're taking the trains from downtown LA and they're going out into these bedroom communities like Glendora, and they're robbing. And that's what's going on. And all that is is the effect of the Democratic policies and the rules that they put into place, right?
Yeah.
And the laws, right? And
The lack of
right, lack of.
enforcement.
Exactly. So those are the issues that we continue to contend with. Yeah, and so we want to be a part of helping to explain that to the Democrats, non-party preferences, independent voters, people that really have said, you know what, I'm out of politics because it doesn't work anyway. I've actually had some folks come to me and say, we're not registered as Republican anymore. Because you've shown that from the California State GOP party that they're not helping. How come we had all these great candidates and all these great people running for office, but you didn't get the help? So we're disappointed. We're kind of like done with the Republican Party. So that is a shame. So we need to make
Disappointing
change.
because we need more people active and engaged than ever before, not going away because they're sick of the horrible way this party is being run lately.
Right, exactly. And so, not to be too disparaging against the California state, but there is a difference. There is some stuff that they could be doing that they haven't been doing, and it's making an impact in Southern California. And so, hopefully, we're pulling for Mike Morrell, we're pulling for Jack Guerrero and Lonnie, and we're pulling for Laurie Wallace, and we're praying that that they get into office,
Me
right?
too.
Because we need that change, and that'll be one way to shake it
Right
up.
there with you.
Yep, right on, brother.
I'm glad
Jack,
you're on. Thank
yeah,
you so
thank
much.
you, thank
I
you.
appreciate it very much. Samuel Hernandez.
Samuel Hernandez.
And
With
when
a
you
Z.
get with a Z, and when you get your
Sierra.
California Republican Assembly
Correct.
group going, let me know, and we'll get you back on again.
Well,
We'll
let's do
get
it. Fantastic. That'd be fantastic. All right, thanks, Jack.
you bet.
Okay,
Charlie.
Charlie.
That's all right.
Charlie.
That's all right. I'm like Jack. I got a
Yeah,
promotion. That's
Well,
a
no,
cool
that's
name.
Because I kept yelling Jack all day for Jack Guerrero.
All right. Thank you. I think we got some other folks standing by. But you know what, though? I want to change some lighting here. Where's John?
I can open up a window if you want.
Your buddy in the t-shirt?
I've lost my lighting as well. So I'm
Yeah, definitely. It got dusky, dark.
Yeah, it's only going to get worse because there's really no lighting in here. Did anybody find it?
Should I
Is
go?
John, is John around? I need John.
I'm not being there. Is there a roof here?
Ruth?
That you? Okay.
So I'm gonna go get Hope. Maybe Hope can help you.
Yeah, I just understand. You have a son who's
I don't think so. So John's the one that knows that I need. Hey, there you are. Yeah, we got to put some regular bulbs back in here. Because
I know. Something's happened with my lighting system.
I guess so.
Yeah, exactly.
We have Mitch's lighting system in the closet.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Are you guys waiting to interview?
Yep.
Oh, so you're online?
He's
They're only
next.
regular 100-watt bulbs, but not the.
And then you have a seat
That's
there.
fine. I don't care right now at this point.
Okay.
We got people, but we don't have lights.
I got another person there for you. So
Okay,
this
great.
lady's son is a space ranger.
And tell me, I'm Ruth. I'm Lisa.
Space Force. Oh, fantastic.
They asked me to talk about my son being.
You're right.
In the what?
Space Force.
Ta-da. Oh, nice.
Are there aliens?
They wouldn't tell me. I don't have that kind of vacation experience. When I went for his graduation from boot camp, it was amazing. And yeah, he made me cry. It was so beautiful. But anyhow, besides being fun, I got to meet this really interesting gentleman.
In the meantime, let's get these bulbs in
And
here so I
there's
can
not
get
only
these
the
folks
military
going.
space force, but there is this civilian complementary group.
Sorry about that, we're having a little lighting situation.
Yeah, it's called
Originally in
darkness.
Space Force back
Oh,
when I was
darkness, right.
last time. And now he's gone over to being vice president of
Please reach, please reach.
I have
He told me
extension
so many
cords.
awesome things about what he's doing and stuff like that, so
I have
think he
extension
told me
cords.
about
Next time I'm doing this with my room, this is like,
This is brilliant.
yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Howdy.
Hello. Thank you.
Well, hi.
This
Hi,
is,
Charlie.
This is a kind of jerry-rigged system. Hello, Agnes. Kind of a jerry-rigged system here, but it's getting the job done. But we just lost our lights, unfortunately, so we're trying to get something else going.
Are you all doing interview or just? No, I'm just checking out what they
They're
did.
gonna survive for the heck out of it.
Have you seen the movie Christmas Vacation? Oh man, the dad pulls out like a all Christmas light. And he goes,
Yeah.
he looks over at his son and he goes, "There you go, Russ."
See how this
I'm going,
Yeah,
you know what? Bring that extension cord
I
back,
would be
please.
stomping all over this.
This is the moment. One of the expanded slots. Thank you. Beautiful.
But that's easy.
What?
Adapter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you do. All right.
I have a full electrical box.
Stop bragging.
Oh man, it took years to get there, and every once in a while these boxes disappear. I just they really
Are
got
you
legs.
recording, Charlie?
Say it again.
No, just he was confessing to his crimes.
Yeah.
Might be all right.
That's right.
We can do the one behind you too, maybe if you need it.
Yeah, I'll see how it looks in shot. I mean, this is not obviously ideal lighting, but it'll do for now. It'll do for now.
So yes or no?
Leave it out, please.
You want me to read the rest of it out?
My apologies, everybody.
You want to go?
Yeah,
My apologies.
whenever he's ready.
I got some folks here, and then yes, and yes. Okay.
I just want to check it on Larry.
Thank you. Here we go. Come on over. Howdy.
Sit here.
No, ma'am. I wanted you to sit in the other room, please. And I'll throw the mic to you.
Okay, we could do that too.
Yes, sit here.
Okay.
All right, here we go. This is fun, these kind of situations when I'm doing these live broadcasts. So a lot of times we're having to adjust shots while we're actually live on the air. Can you move? Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Very good. Anyway, when we do these live things, oftentimes people come up, sit down, they're going to go on. I have no idea what they're talking about, why they're here, or who they are even a lot of times, which is fun. I actually like that.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is. This is cool. Now, you look familiar, but please tell me who you are.
I'm Lisa Disbro, and I'm the Moms for Liberty for Contra Costa and Informed Parents of Contra Costa, Patriots of Contra Costa, the overpass on Highway 24 of Lafayette, who is fighting Lafayette City Council.
I know you.
I know, because I send you stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I love Moms for Liberty, and you guys have been labeled during the Biden administration a terrorist group, weren't you?
Oh,
exciting.
this so terrible. These people.
Look, give them a little love.
Yeah, people who love children, who want children to be healthy, have a great relationship with their parents, and learn.
It was
What a
pathetic. It was
terrible
embarrassing,
thing.
unbelievably embarrassing.
Criminal. Criminal.
True.
You should send us to prison.
I know. I don't mean that.
tried.
I mean the simple fact that they would do something like that and
makes
try and
sense.
paint you in such a negative light when you were doing such amazing work for children. The Democrat Party is hell bent on taking control of your kids from cradle to grave. That's just the bottom line. Now, why would they do that? What's in it for them? Why would they want to have such complete control over how your child is raised? What do you think that is?
Oh, it's the Cultural Revolution. It's
Tell
the
me more.
school teacher. I had to retire so I wouldn't be a child abuser in 21. Never wanted to retire, wanted to be
Because of the COVID shot, the vaccine thing?
everything. All the agendas were attacking the authority of the parents, the sanity of the students. We were fear mongering children. I'm a kindergarten teacher, not going to happen on my watch. And introducing the books from Tony Thurman that you could change your gender. And totally, my last principal said we're no longer about academics, we're about cultural transformation.
Who said that? The principal?
The principal, who is now the interim superintendent of West Contra Costa Unified School District.
Of course he is.
She.
Coming
Coming out of the Cal Berkeley School of Education. So everybody who's coming out of Cal Berkeley's Leadership Academy for leadership in our public schools is all into the queer theory, CRT, SEL, parents don't matter, keep secrets from the parents.
I'm going to ask you a personal question. You might not even want to answer it because people get mad at me when I say this kind of stuff. Every time I go after public education in particular, government owned and operated now at this point,
The plantation.
Plantation is a good way to put it. The people are always quick to say, but most teachers are basically good.
They're silent.
And they don't like my response when I say, those people, those teachers who were basically good were fired because they wouldn't take the shot, or because they were a little bit too conservative, or maybe didn't toe the line when it came to teaching very horrific things that go against their beliefs. They were fired.
Or
The
persecuted.
good or quit. They're not in the profession anymore. There's just a whole lot of very wicked people now running the show in education.
And lying to the parents constantly. In Lafayette Elementary School, they have the transgender flag on the flagpole underneath the American and the California flag, and then a teacher comes across, I'm protesting them, and tells me, but we're not doing anything transgender. And I said, did you look at your flagpole? Did you see the resolution that your school board passed? Did you see the letter your superintendent put out to the whole community? Yeah, but we're not doing that. Yes, you are. You're just lying to me. It's just simple.
It is.
Simple. You're covering up.
How can we help? What would you like to see us do to get involved, starting with maybe getting a better education ourselves instead of automatically repeating what people keep saying over and over again? Like I said, the one thing I hear whenever I criticize public education, oh, but most of the teachers are basically good. I don't believe they are anymore.
Well,
Let's start with that.
let's say they're in a crunch, because if they want to be academic and focused on subject matter, they're pressured to spend their time on other things, and they're pressured to have an accelerated path because we're trying to make up for COVID. But you can't accelerate a kid's learning. It has to be sequential, systematic, and it has to be based on success of the previous learning skills. So they're in a crunch. They have a union that is using them to overtake the nation and the world, and they're paying for it, and they're afraid to leave. I emancipated myself thanks to Rebecca Friedrichs and Mark Janis, right? And they're afraid to emancipate themselves because they're living in fear. And they don't want to give up. They love because they can't imagine anything better on the other side.
There's a shortage, isn't there, too? I mean, they're literally people who don't have proper credentials and so on are getting through
totally.
with their blue hair and their
Oh yeah, nose
purple
rings,
hair and the
everything.
nose rings and the whole frickin' deal and
Tattoos
the
up the
yeah,
neck.
right, with the
The
pentagram
secretaries are
necklace like that one teacher in a video I showed.
Yeah, the secretaries are afraid of them. They walk in and it's like, are you female or male?
You can't ask that.
Yes, you can't, but you can wonder. Like, what do I say, ma'am?
I just do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. I think what we need is for parents to stop being apathetic, compromised, and sacrificing their children to the system because it's convenient.
It's become a babysitter, hasn't it?
It's a
Been a
babysitter.
babysitter for a long time.
And not only that, is that they are more interested in themselves than in what is going on with their kids. I mean, like, moms are on the cell phone, come pick up the kid, walk away, haven't read the bulletins, the information coming out, la la la, don't go, don't jump in, don't object. Excuse me, sir, I don't like that. Don't do that to my kid. Stop. No fighting, no protecting. Oh, can I say this?
Please do.
Grandmas and grandpas, you are the answer. Grandmas and grandpas, you're emancipated, you're free, you know right from wrong. A lot of you are retired and have time, and the principal can't get on your behind. Go fight for your grandkids.
Amen.
Fight for the other grandkids.
That's very good advice. Where do we find you? How do we get a hold of you online? And
So, Moms for Liberty of Contra Costa on Facebook. You should join Moms for Liberty National.org and Informed Parents of Contra Costa on Facebook. And I just want to say it's important that we fight now for all the children. And if you think that because I'm fighting for more traditional things within our school, I care about every child. No one here is a hater. We are protectors. And so when I oppose Lafayette Elementary School District or Acalanes Union High School District, it's because I'm a protector and the other people making decisions are not protecting them. As Chloe Cole, a detransitioner, says, I wish somebody had protected me.
oh, that hurts you in the heart, doesn't it? Yeah. I just love you. I love the work you're doing.
Well, thank you for taking my
So glad you
all
came
my
on the show.
stuff that I send you. And moms and dads, get going. Every minute matters. Kids are being intentionally disturbed through all of these wellness programs that they talk about mental health. No, they are really mental disturbing programs that you're funding through your tax dollars. Ugh.
Go get them.
I will.
All right. And we'll continue in just a second. Who we got next? Absolutely. Come on over. Jack.
How are ya?
Awesome.
Good to see you, man.
Awesome. Yeah, have a seat. No, actually, that's a good shot. That's fine. I'll lean in. She was awesome. Thank you, Hope, for making that happen.
Mary, we're going to dinner, so Mary will be back.
Good.
We'll be back.
Because I definitely want to go on to Larry, yes. Thank you.
I'll just hang out.
Bye, hon. Oh, okay. Ah, you're fine. Go for it.
We're here.
Go for it. We had a little lighting situation. This is like all I got right now. So it'll have to do. Still doing the live thing. I'm glad to see new people stepping up. People who haven't tried this before, haven't experienced this before, haven't really thought much about politics. And hey, I'm not going to act like I was all that involved when I was younger. I wasn't. It didn't happen until I got smarter when I got older, hopefully, allegedly. But then I meet Jack here. What's your last name?
Belgard. I'm from Contra Costa County, and I'm 23 years old, here to spread the message that young people need to get involved now. We have a country to save. Unfortunately, previous administrations haven't done the best job at preserving our Constitution and our Bill of Rights, and so time's ticking.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
You're working with Rudy Rosselli, who's running against John Garamendi again in a
Yes.
couple of years. That race is coming up because Garamendi just won re-election, which is baffling to me, Bay Area people. What the hell is wrong with you? I mean, honestly, he's just about to turn 80. He's sick. He's weird. He's not good. He's not. All he is a reliable Democrat vote for you all. And if you're really happy with how your lives are right now, yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But just keep it where you are. Don't bring it over to the nicer areas and start ruining where they are too. Seriously, if you're not going to change your pattern of voting, if you're not going to take any responsibility for the way you have ruined where you've lived because of your choice, and then you expect everybody else to get on board with you too. I'm talking directly to Democrats right now who don't watch this show, so I'm wasting my breath and time, and your time too. But thank you for being here. What's been the most fun thing you've seen so far at this convention? You're like, man, I'm glad I was here.
It's definitely the grassroots standing up to the establishment. Those rhinos are shaking, and Jessica Patterson is nervous, and I love to see it.
I do too, but she's terming out. It's Corinne Rankin who's trying to get her spot.
Mike Morale is going to give her a run for her money. We love Mike.
Mike. All right, buddy.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Take care.
You're welcome. Take care of yourself. Let's go ahead. Who's next?
Rudy Basile, and I'm the other Rudy. Are you still in line?
Rudy.
Okay. No, I'm not. I'm sponsoring the next segments for the rest of the evening on behalf of Next Door Republicans. And if you could share
Go on the
our
air with
link.
me. What are you talking about?
Do you got a second? Okay, I'll do it real quick. Do you guys mind if I cut in line, Rudy?
Go
Okay.
ahead, Rudy.
Thank you.
You're special. That's
CharLee, how are you? Hey,
This is what?
I got 2 minutes. I gotta chat.
Oh, hang on.
Got it. Good.
Can I just let's make this a commercial.
Real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Next in line here at the live broadcast from the California Republican Party convention.
CharLee, hi. Thank you for having me. My name's Rudy Melendez. I'm a delegate from Los Angeles County. And
Rudy, you might not recognize his face because he was on the show with me a couple of weeks ago when we went rhino hunting. I mean, we were naming names, man. That was an awesome show with Steve
Right.
Frank.
Thank you for having me on, by the way, and it's
You were
nice to
great.
see you. You're great. And I just wanted to cut in for a minute and offer my thoughts and prayers and thanks for what you do to get our message out as conservatives in California. And if you're at the convention this weekend, on behalf of Next Door Republicans, and I'm proud to say that we're getting some good feedback. And if you want to take the survey, find us. Maybe you can share the link online.
QR code here.
Yeah, we're going to keep it open all weekend. I don't have my readers on, so I can't even see.
SurveyMonkey.com
Right.
/R/capital G, capital G, capital T, capital B, capital D, capital G, capital Z.
Let me get it.
Easy. That's simple.
I know.
Yeah,
I
there
wish
you
it was
go.
easier.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Can you see that out there?
QR code that right
all right.
now.
All
There
right.
you go.
All right.
That's
Thank
smart,
you.
smart.
So no, appreciate all that you do and getting our message out. So we're asking a couple of questions this weekend. Obviously, we want to understand where California Republican Party delegates are in terms of who they might like to support for the 2026 gubernatorial contest. So I'm going to go on
getting a
record
feel
right
for
now.
it.
I'm going on record right now. I'm supporting Daniel Mercury. I hope that you guys get to know him. Guys and gals, solid constitutional conservative.
Dude, I had him on my show about 3 weeks ago.
He's amazing.
He is.
And that's who I'm behind. That's who I'll stand behind him all day.
Hardcore believer.
But we want to gauge what California delegates are thinking about right now. It's still early in some ways, I think it's fair to say, but I just want to be transparent with you, CharLee, about who I'm supporting. But I think you'll find the survey interesting. If you're here this weekend, we're asking about that. We're also asking about how people feel about election integrity, and specifically about handheld machines at the state party convention on Sunday.
Which bugs the crap out of me.
I mean, we have paper
We're supposed
ballots.
to be setting examples for
Right. We
election
lead by
integrity, but yet we're doing everything the left is doing and making excuses for it.
We want to lead by example. We are the Republican Party of California. We want to align with President Trump and the RNC, one-day voting, paper ballots, And in some ways, our state party is doing that on Friday with the chair of chairs election. They use paper ballots, no proxy voting. On Saturday morning, we saw our regional caucus elections unfold. Paper ballots, no proxies. But tomorrow, they want everybody to vote with a handheld machine. So
Makes no sense.
it does. It doesn't really. And this argument that it's going to take.
If there's even the slightest hint or question of not being all on the up and up, it should be gone like that, as far as I'm concerned. And there's all kinds of questions, and we've actually seen it happen. The last two conventions, we saw glitches and things happen with those little TV remote voting devices, especially with the people who are holding 23, 24 of them.
Well, delegates are allowed to carry 2 proxy votes, and associates are allowed to carry 2 proxy votes, and we need to reform that.
lot more than
We
2 I
want
saw.
we want 1 vote, 1 person voting. You know, so if you're a delegate, you get 1 vote. If you're an associate delegate, you get 1 vote. 1 person, 1 vote. That's what we'd like to see in our own party. And it's not so much about the electronic device. It's just that it's not. We don't believe it is a secret ballot because somebody can see our voting record, our voting pattern when you use these machines. And, you know, there's always human error when you're using an electronic device. People intend to vote one way and they might push the wrong button or whatever. There's no way to be sure that their vote that they cast is the vote that they intended to make. So once you push that button, it's a done deal with these handheld devices. So,
My thumb slipped.
right, but with the paper ballot, you can ask for a recount, right? And it's that simple. So that's one of the questions that we're asking. And we also want to ask you, the audience, how do you feel about this CAGOP? And we want you to grade them A, B, C, D, or F based on the 2024 statewide election results. I'm inclined to feel like we can do better. We lost 3 congressional seats in California. We picked up a couple state assembly seats, which is great, but we lost 3 congressional seats, and that's a problem. And so in the midterms, as we move forward, we want to make sure that we win some congressional seats back in California. So that's why I'm here. That's what I'm focused on at this convention in the fall. And I hope that maybe voters out there and our electorate will, be ready to help us canvass for our congressional candidates. That's what I'm mostly focused on right now. So, CharLee,
And
Appreciate you.
I never solicit. I never ask for any kind of money and any kind of help when I do this kind of stuff. Rudy's just done something though that was very nice. As I say on the regular show, if you can buy me a cup of coffee, great. If you can buy me a tank of gas, even better, through Give Send Go. But he just bought me a tank of gas and enough for 2 or 3 sandwiches. So it's very nice. I did not expect that at all.
You need a break. All right. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for being at the convention this weekend, everybody. Appreciate you so much. All right. All right.
You too.
Good
Go
night.
have fun.
All right. Thanks so much.
See you later. All right.
Thank
All right,
you.
man.
Thank you so much.
You bet. Okay. Who's next, Rudy? Rudy Rosselli.
Shake his hand.
Well, hello again.
Good to see you.
You too. Thank you. You gonna hang out for a bit?
Thank you, Rudy. Thanks. Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Rudy and Rudy.
You got double Rudies.
Double
I don't know how
Rudies.
you're going to manage that. I mean,
Very well.
it's
Tom. I'm
the
gonna
best
manage
thing
it.
ever when you have double Rudies.
Very well. I'm gonna manage it. All right.
My makeup okay?
Sure enough. Sure enough. You never looked better.
It's been a long time since we've been on the camera together.
Well, that's the truth, huh? It's been a long
It's
time.
been a while. It's been a while since we've been on together.
All right, here we go.
I got dressed up just for you.
This is live with Rudy Rosselli. 5, 4, 3. Well, now, howdy, it is time for Rudy Rosselli. Now, if you go way back, the very beginning of me doing this whole podcasting thing, it was just out of an entire lifetime career of being on radio and television. It sounds so funny to sound like I'm a new guy.
Yeah.
And only 3 years in on podcasting, but I am. And Rudy used to be on my radio show. and then we started doing podcasting stuff. And you really encouraged me and got me going and all that. And I thank you for that.
That's awesome.
But
That's
Rudy's
awesome.
running for Congress, and he's
Yeah.
over there in Contra Costa County and
And
Solano
Solano
counties.
Yeah, I'm in the 8th Congressional District. I'm running against John Garamendi. The 8th Congressional District covers everything from Fairfield all the way to Richmond, downtown Martinez, Pittsburgh, Antioch, and Benicia. So
John
it's,
Garamendi winning re-election last year solidified my feelings about Democrats in general, especially in the Bay Area, and that is they will vote with literally anything with a D after its name. Period. Could be a Dalmatian with a D after its name. Could be a plate of rigatoni. It has a D after its name. They will vote for it.
and there are fine examples of Democrats that are like that. Like AOC. Rashida Tlaib.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know.
Garamendi is the top of the list of those kind of slugs to me. What the hell? What has he done? Nothing. A big
He's
fat
done a
nothing
lot.
being a.
Let me fill you in.
I'm not talking about good things. I'm talking about
sorry.
bad things. He is just about to turn 80. He was diagnosed with an
illness.
That could be life-threatening, but yet these people in the Bay Area came out and put him back in that position of power for 2 more years.
The funny part about that is that because he didn't withdraw before the due date, even if he had pulled out of the race, guess what? His name is still on the ballot. I would end up running against a guy that withdrew from the race. His name would still be on the ballot, and then they would have to hold a special election after the election to choose a new person. Isn't that crazy?
Kind of jacked up. Is that a state law thing? What the hell is that?
Yeah, believe it or not, that's the way it works. Because remember the lady down south in LA County that got caught in this the sex triangle with her husband and her assistant and all of that, and then she stepped down from the seat.
But her name is still on the ballot.
Actually, no. What they had to do was because she voluntarily stepped down, they had to hold a special election. So there's no appointment by anybody for that position. It's not like Senate. So for the Senate position, the governor can appoint.
How did we get away with Governor Hairdo appointing someone to take Dianne Feinstein's place when she
Because it was
kicked
Senate.
it?
Because it was a Senate position. It's not a local. It's a statewide.
It was not a special election or anything like that.
No, that can be designated by the governor.
I did her. So, yeah, it's you.
Yeah.
It's just that simple. Thanks, Governor Hairdo. Brilliant.
Well, no, that's just the way it is in the election code for most states, when they do that, and especially for the House of Representatives. So you deal with what you got, and you make the best with what you got. So anytime anybody gives me lemons, I usually make lemonade and grab a bottle of vodka and have a party, But, the one mention is that realistically, Northern California is the piggy bank for Southern California. Because John Garamendi doesn't have to really campaign. I mean, he has a war chest of $500,000, and Mark DeSaulnier has a war chest of $600,000. Because they don't really have to campaign, guess what happens to their money? It goes downstream, just like our water, and they go make sure that someone like Michelle Steele doesn't get elected. So the North is nothing but a piggy bank for the South.
I see it with the Wiener.
Yeah.
See it with that's Wiener's whole thing. Very safe district. The Wiener is safe in San Francisco. San Francisco loves the Wiener. They're going to keep the Wiener as long as they possibly can. Posing shirtless, posing topless, going to his little gay pride Wiener parades. They're going to keep him in office. He's a lifer. So there's no need to give any money to him, is there now?
No.
They send it to people like Garamendi running against you, but not Garamendi. They consider him a safe district too.
Right.
There's no way anybody's going to beat him.
Exactly, because that's why the North is nothing but a piggy bank for the South.
They just send all the money to others to stop people like Rudy.
Exactly. And then what California GOP does, they send their money out to the RNC and support all those races. So why not support local races? Just think if they put a little bit of effort on the what I call the blue line from San Francisco to Sacramento, if they put just a little bit of effort to put a little bit of pressure, guess what happens? They shut off that valve to the south. when they start.
Because they'll have to start spending money to counter campaign, right?
Exactly. So, everybody says that their vote doesn't count or talking about their vote doesn't count. We have lost so many local races. And yes, Congress is a local race. We have lost school board races. We've lost city council races. We've lost all county supervisor races by margins less, in some cases, less than 10. Some cases less than 10. School board positions, we lost, by 5 votes, and we could be flipping these seats. And if we could just start flipping these seats, we would have that opportunity to flip the county. If we can flip the county, then we can flip the district. If we can flip the district, we can flip the state.
Why isn't the state party getting involved in helping with these things?
Well,
Is that a central committee thing, or is that a local Republican county party thing?
the way I look at it is
Why are
that,
they not helping?
yeah, exactly.
People who aren't multimillionaires funding their own campaigns, which that's fine, that's fantastic, but yeah, I think we need a little variety. You want to talk about your DEI? Let's get some po-folk in there too. Let's get some working men. Let's get some blue-collar people in there serving in office.
They say now the Republicans are the party of the working man, right?
Yeah.
So if they're the party of the working man, why don't they just help us out?
Thank you. Right.
Put a little bit. Sometimes you see those karate masters and they flip some guy by putting their finger behind their ear, and next thing you know, the guy's falling over. Well, just think about if we did that in strategic key spots in the north to prevent them from working down south.
I think that's brilliant.
Who
Would you talk to in the party to be able to get them thinking that way?
I'm working it. We're gonna try to make a big splash with this. There are ways that we can do it. The central committees are a key part of that, but also other organizations like the Women's Federated, the CRA, California Republican Assembly. All of these different organizations and other grassroots organizations that we know nothing about. I mean, like the Freedom Riders, for example. If we can get those guys mobilized in order to help us put the pressure on. We don't have to stub your toe in the middle of the night. That's what we want to do to the Democrat Party. Let's make them stub their toe in the middle of the night and be in pain for a while. And if we can just get them to do that, oh my goodness,
I like the way you're thinking.
we would shift the focus from the south to the north, and then the Democrats would start really losing their minds. And we got to make it okay to come out again and say, hey, I'm a Republican. So, what's your point?
What's your point?
Exactly.
Right.
So,
Rudy Rosselli, where do we find you?
You find me at rudy4foruscongress.com. That's rudy4foruscongress.com. Any donation that you can give would be greatly appreciated. And just like CharLee says, would you be willing to buy me a cup of coffee? If you're willing to buy,
I actually got that from you.
Would you be willing to buy me a cup of coffee one day? Would you be willing to buy it every month? And if you could do it every month between now and the election, that would help me greatly.
Tremendous blessing.
Exactly. I mean, just think if I got 100 people to do it.
This man right now is having to buy his own yard signs and so on and so forth. And he's not running because he wants your business. He's running because he wants to represent a district that he loves and cares about and wants to see better things for. The least we can do is actually get behind them and go, yeah, I support that candidate. Start supporting them instead of the parties.
And you don't have to necessarily support your local candidates, definitely, but it doesn't mean that you can't support other Republicans, in your local area or within a distance. Again, $5 from 100 people is $500. If I got that every day, just think about how much I would have. I mean, there's 490,000 registered voters and over 125,000 registered Republicans in my district. Just think, if every single one of those people gave me $5, that's $500,000. That's equal to what John Garamendi does.
And I've been out cold, hard ground with this guy, so I know he's putting it all on the line. So the least we can do is get behind him and take out this cesspool that has polluted California for way too long. And that is at rudy4uscongress.com. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, CharLee.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
good seeing
man.
you
Oh, you
again.
too. You too.
Take care.
Always, always.
All right, see you, folks.
Who's next? Oh, Rudy, don't lose this. By the way, I didn't even mention Rudy's service. You want to support a candidate who has served our country? U.S. Army Major, retired. Thanks, brother. And he left his name tag right there. I could have maybe gotten places VFW. I could have gotten places with American Legion. Have a seat, Agnes.
Hi.
Hi. So please tell both my listeners who you are. What's your name? How do you spell it?
My name is Agnes Gibbony. That's Agnes Gibboney. I am an angel mom. I campaigned with President Trump. I call him my president. I'm selfish. I love him. I love him. And I'm a delegate. I ran for Congress. I fight for this country to secure our borders because open borders was the cause of my firstborn and only son's death by a previously deported criminal illegal alien.
You went on the show with me with a couple other folks. We were talking about what's going on in the central committees, and the state party seems to be going after my state, California State Republican Party, of which I'm broadcasting live from their convention up here in Sacramento. Huge moneymaker for them. We all have to pay for everything. I thought I thought I'd paid to come to the actual convention. That was 200 something bucks. And then I get there and they go, "Oh yeah, but your dues are not paid. That's another 100." I'm like, "What the what?"
That's it.
You mean I have to be a member of the party even though I'm a delegate and this and blah? So they're getting money for everything. This is
And
a
I
huge
just-
fundraiser, isn't it?
And I just heard that the delegate fee went up to 200.
You serious?
That's what I just heard today, and people are complaining in the from 4 o'clock.
To appoint a delegate costs you $200 with the party?
That's what they are talking about, and they're complaining, saying that because it's going to be $200, many people are not going to come to the conventions. Therefore, what are they going to do with the proxies? There's going to be more proxies because we tried every year.
People are not giving to the Republican Party in the state of California anymore because we're not winning any elections
That's
because
right.
we keep putting dish rags into races. We might have a really good, strong conservative running for an office, and we're going, this person's can go all the way. This is the time. This is MAGA country now. We need somebody like Eric Early comes to mind in that race, and instead the Republican Party goes, yeah, no, we're putting up Steve Garvey. I'm like, I hit the brakes. I'm like, what? What? The first baseman for the Dodgers from like 1972? What are you talking about? Why is he in there? Never even knew he was in politics before that. What's going on with my party?
Let me tell
And
you.
we stopped giving. We stopped getting involved. We're not even voting anymore because we go, well, our vote doesn't count because our own Republican Party's going. That's what it sounds like to me.
I attended a workshop about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it shocked me. This guy all the way in the back raised his hand and he said, "Excuse me, I'm running for office. Can you please tell me how does the GOP help candidates?" Excuse me, that's my bag. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Rudy.
That's my bag.
Hey, Rudy.
That's my bag. That's my. That has my purse, my key, everything.
Oh, an attempted theft
I'm
right
sorry.
here. No, that's all right.
Yeah. So,
That's
anyways, Jessica Patterson and somebody else started laughing like they heard the biggest joke, and said, "You have to raise at least $1 million before we pay any attention to you." Who raises $1 million for a candidate?
She actually said that to somebody who's just questioning and wanting to know how better.
So you want
That is the height of arrogance to me.
It's all about money. It's all about money. And without money, you can't run for office because it costs money to run for office. When I ran for Congress in 2020, the candidate statement for the primary, $400, and for the general, $27,700. Who has that kind of money to start off with? So it's a real problem. And I think a lot of Republicans have lost faith in our Republican Party. I have been asked by my own Central Committee, who is now the caucus chair, for District 2. She said, "Why do you come here, Agnes?" I said, to protect my party from people like you. That's what I told her. I keep fighting because, look, um, I have been denied twice to allow to be an alternate this past year. First, because it's a district. Second, because they
Yeah, we talked
voted.
about that in the show a couple of
Because
weeks.
they voted, and just last month I almost got assaulted by the first VP because she told me that somebody living in District 1, running District 1 but lives in District 3, has a special permit. And I said it in front of the chair that she said there was a special permit.
Talking
And
about Corinne Rankin. What do you mean
not
assaulted?
Corinne Rankin.
This is in your own central committee.
In my own central committee.
I got it,
Shannon.
got it.
Yeah. And she came real close to my face and pointing her finger. I said, "Don't you point your finger in my face." And then asked she said, "You're a liar." I says, "I never lie. I don't lie." And anyways, because she got disappointed that I said what she said, that he has a special permit. There's no such special permit. And the funny thing is, what she doesn't realize, there were other people standing with me that overheard it too. So there you go. And people get discouraged. Like you and me, we keep fighting. We got that fire in us, and I'm not gonna quit. I'm not intimidated by anyone. And the chair's son, I said, I want to tell you that I'm not gonna tolerate any disrespect from you now. And from here on, with his arms crossed, he looked at me chomping on his gum and said, "And what are you going to do about it?" And he's the mayor, city council member for Fontana. So that's the kind of treatment I get because you know what my crime is, CharLee? Asking questions.
Ask questions. Yeah,
I
right.
became enemy number one. I asked 3 years ago for a list of who were the 15 people that got sworn in January when Phil Cotton got elected. To this day, I don't have it. I asked for financial statements. To this day, I don't have it. Nothing you ask, somebody else asked for the financial statements. It's none of your business. Who talks? Yes, Matthew once asked him. The chair told him it's none of your business. You can't run an organization. Our central committee, unfortunately, is so divided. All I wanted is an honest, transparent central committee that's working united together for our party. It's not like that at all. It's not too much to ask.
No, as a matter of fact, I don't ask. I start demanding.
Demanding. That's another way. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to end. We got way too much
We got serious
crap going on
problems
in our
and
state,
you know,
and the
yes.
Republican Party is offering some amazing solutions. I'm serious, offering some amazing solutions and answers to what's plaguing the state, and it's just teetering on the edge of demise. The Republican Party really does have some great ideas and some great answers and great ways to, as we're seeing it happen on a national level, aren't we now, with our president? Imagine if we had those kind of people actually taking the helm, business people instead of politicians. The kind of people who we've had running with California Republican assemblies and through different central committees who have propped up candidates like this and go, "Hey, look, we got a great conservative here. Let's run." No. We got the former first baseman for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yeah, we're gonna run with him. What's going on? It's all money, isn't it?
It's all money. You know, tomorrow is going to be a big day for us. We vote for the chair. If Senator Mike Morrell doesn't win, the Republican Party, California Republican Party, is finished.
I fear that you're right.
It's finished. And our only solution, Rancho Cucamonga Republican Assembly, our only solution now is the CRA, because we still stick to principles and values and to the Republican beliefs, and we stick together. Unfortunately, the Republican Party is discombobulated. When I brought up to Jessica Patterson last convention in San Francisco some of the horrible things happening in my central committee, she looked at it. Next day, she treated me so cold. Well, they are autonomous. They can do whatever they want. Really? So every central committee
But yet
can.
they're getting involved in elections of chairs, aren't they?
Yes, yes. So
The
why are
state parties getting involved and telling
Exactly.
people they can't even serve, even though they were elected legally by their own committee or their own
Exactly.
members.
Exactly.
They're
Exactly.
taking it away from them and saying,
Yeah.
no, this is going to be your chair now. What?
Yeah.
Yes, that's been happening. We're
And
talking
if
to
you
Miranda,
complain,
Modoc, and
and if you complain, it's mine. It's charging over there. And if you complain, you are the bad person.
right, like
There
me.
you go.
I'm a
Yes.
bad person.
Yes.
I'll go with that. I thank you so much, Agnes.
Thank you.
Agnes
Anytime.
Gibney.
I love you.
I love you too. Where do we find you, by the
Keep
way, online?
fighting. I'm on Facebook under Agnes Gibney or Angel Mom Agnes Gibney on Twitter and most social media. I'm mainly on Facebook. If you have any questions, call me. If you need an interview, call me.
Thank you, my dear.
God
All
bless
right.
United States, and let's pray that Mike Morrell wins tomorrow.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
And we'll continue this bit. Anyone else out there? Or shall I take a break for a little bit?
You up?
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming up. Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh man. Senor, how you doing? I got your buzz, and I was in the middle of waiting on Mr. Zacky to show up, and he finally did.
Let me tell you something. You know, I've got situations going on with my business so bad right now. I hope Lord willing, I'll be able to fix it. But I'm only here 2 months. But when there's any light like that, I don't see you.
Oh.
I don't see you at all. So I didn't realize everything. All this time, I thought you were with her.
No. I know. Let the crowd go through. That's fine.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
And I did not dress. I didn't feel like dressing up today, so forgive me for being.
Whatever. Okay, let me get.
Sit here.
Just had to make some. I don't.
Thank you.
I want. You actually met Leo? You actually met Leo Zaki?
Yes. Finally got to meet him.
Was that a good thing?
Well, before you click on.
There's some things happening in the state of California that I don't think I need to tell anybody are pretty jacked up. And I'm seeing not a very bright light at the end of the tunnel sometimes, and I can't blame my friends and family who are literally leaving the state. Like me, born and raised, and they're leaving in huge numbers. And Governor Hairdo was bragging just recently about
We got 2 million more residents.
illegal ones, stupid. Left that part out, and none of the reporters go, well, Mr. Governor, are they here legally? No, they don't ask those kind of questions. So here's the deal. I'm done with people who are playing nice. As Dan Bongino's shirt says, cutesy time is over. I'm done with it. So here at the Republican State Party Convention, excuse me, folks, excuse me, folks, excuse me, folks, excuse me, folks, excuse me, folks. Shh, please. Thank you. Anyway, where was I? Where was I? Oh, I'm done playing nice. I'm rhino hunting here at the state Republican convention. I fully am, and I'm a delegate, and I'm going to be voting tomorrow on things and looking to replace that whole dad blame executive committee as far as I'm concerned. All of them, get out, start over. That's my plan. So people know how I think, people know how I feel, and my disgust with my own party anymore these days, and the fact that I'm so vocal about it when I'm not supposed to be, allegedly, I guess. And they started sending me, hey, have you heard about Leo Naranjo? Leo Naranjo. No, I have not. Well, have you seen him? No, I have not. I don't even know who he is. Who is he? He's running for governor. What? Who is he? What's he? Is he a curtain office holder? No. He's just a businessman. He's just a businessman with a determination and a drive and a passion, and he's going for it. So I had you on. You've been on this third, fourth time on my show now.
Be about the third time. Yes. Yep. Hmm.
So you met the other Leo. Leo Zaki is here at the convention. He's running for governor. Daniel Mercury was mentioned earlier today, also running on the conservative side. The fence sitter right now. And Steve Hilton has made some noise. Don't know if it's going to happen. I'm leaving one out. Who's another one who's running for governor?
Chad Bianco.
Chad Bianco. There it is. I met Sheriff Chad yesterday.
He had a booth down there today, but I didn't get to meet the man myself.
No.
And for your listening audience, good afternoon, everybody. Again, my name is Leo Naranjo IV, and I am an exploratory candidate running for California State Governor in 2026. Excuse how I'm dressed today. I didn't feel like getting into a suit and tie to impress anybody. I came down here not as a delegate, not as a signed-in individual for the Republican convention happening. I just came down here to see out the lay of the land and to see how people interact and move around and listen to what's being talked about and being said. And for those individuals that I did run up to and meet and get an opportunity to speak with, once again, the first words out of most people's mouth is, you can't win. You don't have the money. You don't have the experience or the knowledge. Right. And I have to look at my fellow Republicans totally perplexed and ask them, well, if I don't have the experience or the knowledge, explain to me again why you were so fervent about backing Steve Garvey. Explain to me how Carly Fiorina, with 140 million self-funded dollars, failed to be our governor for 8 years if it's only about money. Explain to me how, as Christians, the first words out of our mouth is what we can't do as opposed to what we can do. And my header on some of my politics right now is Matthew 17:20. Have some faith, the faith of a mustard seed to move mountains. And we have too many people here that are playing by the same old playbook over the last 30 years. You have to have the cash. You have to have the connections. You have to have the previous experience. Yeah. Well, 30 years, what has it gotten us? Nowhere. We're a party of irrelevancy. We're a party that can't even get a central committee meeting to go without a hitch or a hiccup, because that's blowing up right now also. And starting off with, yes, I did meet Leo Zaki. I had contacted every political candidate here in the Republican Party running for office, and like any other sport endeavor that Americans do, I acknowledged that I have an opponent. I gave the hand out for the handshake to say, welcome to the race, we're all in this, and may the best man or woman win. One person wrote me back, and that was Miss Hardy, and I thank her very much for doing that, because she was at least courteous enough to give me that acknowledgement. The other Republicans that I contacted, Mr. Bianco, whom I contacted 4 times, nothing. Mr. Zaki, nothing. I wished him, his family, and his staff to have a happy Thanksgiving, nothing. But I did get an email back from him this past Friday, which I thought was kind of...
From Bianco? Or
from Mr. Zaki.
Oh, Zaki.
And I was impressed. I got a contact. But I was kind of shocked because he included a post that I made about Chad Bianco in his email to me. And again, using the old playbook, we must be speaking to the same people, because I heard the same story again. It's a waste of your time and money, Leo, to do this. And for those people who want to believe that, let me say this. I'm not your typical Republican candidate. I'm not your typical Republican person. So I don't take well to people telling me how to spend my time or my money. The fact that I'm even standing up now, making the noise to run for an office, getting together the items that I need to make the run for office on my time, not for a consultant's time, is because this state has gotten out of hand. We have the worst example of a governor, the biggest successful loser we could ever put into office, enamored by somebody who claims to be a person that loves California, but instead of running for office and his multi-millions to do it, he's running around the state, making connections and selling books. What is that doing for us as a candidate? Nothing. Mr. Bianco has at least put his name into the hat, and he's the #1 target because he's the #1 big name. God bless him, but Mr. Bianco, you're not our savior either, even with 32 years of law enforcement experience. And I have personally again written to that man and asked him, let us both sit down. Your 32 years of law enforcement experience, my 15 years of Army service time and common sense, and let's let the people decide who the best candidate is. I'm willing to go toe-to-toe on an open and honest conversation with no holds barred on any topic for a debate. I offer that challenge to any Republican candidate that wants to go there. And another big reason of why I'm running, and I can say this open and honestly, I am running first and foremost for the citizens of this state. Not one candidate, CharLee, not one candidate, be they Democrat, Republican, or Independent, has yet started with that statement. I have. The first thing I'm going to do as a governor is I'm going to remove the sanctuary state status. Mr. Bianco is sounding like he wants amnesty for the illegal problem we have here in California.
I had not heard that.
Our government right now is in the legislative office fighting and cajoling amongst themselves, minus Republicans, on how we're going to suck up an additional $4 billion to pay for Medi-Cal expenses for illegals when you and I as citizens are being denigrated and kicked to the side. This is a different time frame that needs different people with bold statements. I'm not here to promote myself, to have it in lights, my name. I'm not here to sell books. I'm here to fight for the citizens of California.
Well, why don't you give us your website right now so we can start looking into you and what you want to do?
You will be the first person that I give that to, CharLee. I hope to have that up and running at least by the month of May, first couple of weeks. I'm already making the movements to try and get there. I will soon be on social media, eventually. Right now, I'm on LinkedIn. You can see my comments. You see my comments on news editorials. And I'm
Spell your name.
Leo, just like the zodiac sign, Leo. Last name Naranjo, Naranjo. Surname 1V, which is IV, which is the fourth.
Okay, brother.
And I'm here not playing nice in the sandbox. I'm not here to make friends and to get everybody else paid at the expense of the citizens of his state.
Appreciate that very much.
I'm here to move it forward.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much for the
Good to see you.
opportunity.
I'm glad you made it up.
I'm glad I was able to, and you guys have a great afternoon.
Right on, right on. Broadcasting live. This is the Republican State Convention in Sacramento, and I'm CharLee Simons. This is Do Not Talk, and just a show note. Give me a quick second, please. I thought I saw Mike Morrell walk in. That wasn't him.
He said if he could, he'd drop by, but
Is there somebody else waiting to go on then? Do you know?
CharLee, I got to run. My wife's going to murder me.
I'll talk to you
Thank you
later.
for the opportunity.
You bet. You bet.
$4 billion. He just snuck it away, and they're all like, where's that money going? You're asking that now? Another year of this mess.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Hope your eye gets better, and I will talk to you later.
It will. It will. Okay. See you later.
you know Charlie? Oh, you will, Matt?
No. Who's he?
Oh, he's some radical conservative dude.
What do you want me to do? Yes, I am.
You go in there.
In where?
Can I go in here?
Eli.
Hey, what's up, Charlie?
Hello.
Yeah, go easy on this guy, all right? I know. He's good.
He's wearing a gold tie too. I like it.
He's whistled.
What's your story?
Please have a seat.
What's your job?
I'll tell you on the air. I'll tell you on the air.
On the air?
Yeah.
Ooh.
You ready? Want to do it?
What air
If John
is it?
Paul says I need to have you on, I'm going to have you on.
What is it? A radio?
I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you all about it.
Oh.
Yeah. What's your name though?
My name is Mike Richardson,
Richardson.
from Oceanside, California.
Cool. I like that area.
Yeah.
Mike Richardson.
Yeah.
All right. And this is Do Not Talk, broadcasting live from the Republican State Convention at the Hyatt Regency in Sacramento. 5, 4, 3. And we continue with our party here at the Hyatt Regency, and it's been a great day with a lot of great people, but mostly SoCal people.
Absolutely.
So anytime I get to talk to my fellow Northern Californian, makes me happy. Hello, Mike.
I'm Southern California.
You're Southern California too. Next. No, I'm kidding.
I'm Oceanside, North San Diego County.
Oh, got it. That's kind of stuff.
Oh no, further north, almost to Orange County.
Okay, gotcha.
On the Orange County line, Camp Pendleton. You know where that is?
Of course, the Marine Corps base.
Yes.
Camp Hollywood,
But
as
it
we
wasn't-
Army people call it,
But
Camp
it wasn't
Hollywood.
it wasn't even there when I was born there.
All right. So, give me your full name again.
Michael Richardson.
Richardson, S-O-N or S-E-N?
S-O-N, yeah.
Okay. My name's CharLee Simons.
Hi.
I'm a radio and television broadcaster for years. San Francisco, Los Angeles. I've been mostly West Coast in my
Okay.
career.
Hi.
And 3 years ago, when the radio business decided that they didn't want conservatives like me around anymore, I started a podcast. So that's what we're doing now. Because they kept asking me, well, what are we doing? Where are we going? I go, you're going on, because John Paul White said
how
you
many
should.
people you have listening?
Right now, 268, 4. We got 4.
Oh.
Anyway, no, I'm at rumble.com, rumble.com/DoNotTalk. But you're here, yeah, because I talk about the two things you're never supposed to talk about, religion and politics.
Oh.
That's why I call it Do Not Talk.
I don't talk about religion, but I'll talk politics
Oh,
all day long.
Religion, I will. I talk about them both. But yeah, why are you here? What's
Well,
your
I'm
story?
active in local politics, so you know I need to know. I need to keep my hands in the hands in the game. I need to keep current.
Have you held office before?
No, public. No, elective office. No, but I've always been political.
Behind the scenes guy?
Yeah, always been in campaigning.
Got it.
Yeah.
Helping, assisting.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get good people in office.
Yes.
And it
And
is
bad people out of office.
Bad people out of office, even better. I like that, Mike. Are you with the Central Committee down there?
No, I'm not. I know most of them, but I haven't run. But I'm, I go to Central Committee meetings.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what I'm talking about. So you're involved. You know what's
I'm
happening.
not a member. I'm not a. But the Central Committee in San Diego is very active. Sometimes, yeah.
good
Well,
committee?
no. Right now it's not actually, but it has been over the years. 6, 7, 8 years ago, we used to get 800 or 900 people to a meeting, and we had good speakers and stuff. Lately, there's been a lot of infighting. That bothers me because people are not working together. They're working against.
But
each
that's
other.
because a lot of conservatives all along are recognizing infiltrators. We're recognizing signs of people coming in, trying to literally change the direction of a party that we hold near and dear because it's
So-called
everything.
rhinos, you mean?
Yes. sir.
Yeah.
Republicans in name only.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
More and more than ever.
Yeah, and
leading
sometimes
the
they're-
state party.
Sometimes they're hard to detect, and you may actually get them elected before you realize that they're not what you thought they were.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, what's your plan of attack this weekend? Then you're a delegate.
No, I'm not. I can't vote. I'm just a guest. I tried to become an associate, but I didn't jump through the right hoops. But that's all right. I'm here, and I'm expressing myself. Here I am.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Same here.
And thank you. And next time I drive past Oceanside, I'll wave.
Oh yeah, do that. Do that.
Here's my card, by the way.
Are we done?
This is where you find. Yeah, we're just doing a live broadcast, just having people come in, sit down,
Okay.
and then we go. Unless you had something else you wanted to cover.
Not really. No.
Okay.
I mean, got a lot of issues, but
I'm on rumble.com/do-not-talk. And this show, yeah, this show will be posted there in a couple of days. But seriously, if there's something else you wanted to cover that maybe I didn't ask, because
gee, I have to think about that a little bit. There are just so many issues. Most of my issues, I mean, thank God we have, Donald Trump in there, so we can focus on local issues. But we have, I think my biggest concern is with the schools and the school boards. I've been active. I've been going to Oceanside school board meetings for every one for 4 years, and it's just atrocious. And the worst part is they think in representative government that your representatives should, interact with you, but they don't. They just sit there like a lump on a log and vote the way they want to and go on. And there's 5 of them, and we chant 5-0, 5-0 because that's the way it goes. They go with the way the superintendent tells them to, and it's just not right. There's so many issues that are plaguing our kids.
Because too many people have sat back and not gotten involved.
Well, I'm surprised. I've been really not just disappointed, but shocked that more parents aren't involved and I understand they're busy trying to make a living and feed their kids, but there's just not enough involvement with the parents. So you go to school board meeting and there's 75 teachers and 4 parents. The teachers are represented by a Marxist president, and I mean it's just outrageous. And we ran candidates, and the teachers union donated $75,000, which is a lot for a small low school board race to candidates just to keep us out because they know it, that it'll hurt their gravy train.
Well, the sick thing to me is that it worked.
Yeah, well, it just continues to work, but
They throw money at it. They put some ads up, and people are so completely numb, I think is a good word.
I can't decide whether they
Numb or
just
dumb.
Yeah, that's what I can't decide exactly. Whether they just don't care or they've just given up, or they're just dumb. They're definitely not informed, and no matter what we do. So tell the parents they need to go to their school board meetings. They really
And
need to.
grandparents.
I'm a grandparent.
I know, that's why I said it.
I'm a great grandparent.
Well, you're doing it for them.
Yes.
And thank you for it.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Mike Richardson. Pleasure.
Thank you very much. Good to talk to you.
You too. We'll continue in just a second. Find out who I got next. As a matter of fact, I'm going to keep the stream going. You can listen to the party sounds going on right now. I'll be right back.
You got time to be interviewed? Burn her up. You got some time to be interviewed? CharLee. Oh no. Right here. Right here. Hey.
We're not a democracy.
What are you doing?
Stop saying we're a democracy. We're not. Who's here? Who's here?
Oh, come on.
John said somebody was here.
Big celebration. I shouldn't say celebration. Enthusiasm for count the votes, election early results. Not officially. I'm not a betting man. I put money on my prediction. Yes. We're getting better. We're close. Real close. Yeah. Our conservative leadership had messed up. We wouldn't take that. This one is. Yeah. Well, Eagles got so many.
Because of the setup I have here, I can't.
He just brought us over. Get Matt Ryan in there.
And I can back up some. I can't do a lot of here, and I can get you all three in.
How about like this?
What I'm saying. So we'll need to get you more to the right. And Ole,
Yeah.
right here, see you sit in.
Yeah.
This is a live thing. And what I'm going to do is take in, this is where I am.
Live.
I'm on rumble.com/DoNotTalk. That's my show. That's where I am. And this show will be, I got to do a lot of editing and putting stuff together, cut stuff like this out. And then,
Right.
then I'll post it. Oh, he's on the phone.
She's not answering.
And then I'll post it on rumble.com/DoNotTalk. Should be up in a couple of days.
In a couple days, there you
Yeah,
go.
heck yeah. And I got kind of situation, so I'll just have to do old school kind of stuff. Right?
There you go.
All right, here we go. Ole and Ryan.
Talk.
Ole,
Matt.
that's right. Matt Ryan.
Matt,
Yes,
there
sir.
you go.
Yeah. And Ole, what's your last name?
Ellingson. Ole Ellingson.
How do you spell the first name, by the way?
O-L-E.
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 Okay, so you're probably getting all these people going, Ole! But you're Ole.
They always
Or
say
they say
Ole.
Ole. Do they? Okay.
Ole is Norwegian.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, you think?
And the last name?
Is Ellingson.
How do you spell that?
E-L-L-I-N-G-S-O-N.
Okay. And this guy's easy here. He's Matt Ryan. So here I'm live at the California State Republican Convention in Sacramento, and anybody who comes into our associate delegate suite, John Paul White grabs him and throws him in here.
He got
Go
me
on the
anyhow.
air.
He wasn't gonna let us get
He
out
won't
of
let
here.
you. He won't let you come in and just get some free food and drink. No, you got to work for it. So, gentlemen, welcome to the show. It's called Do Not Talk because I do talk about two things you're never supposed to talk about: religion and politics. And I started having a conversation with you about how grateful you are here at the convention, but not for what's happening in the state, but instead the nation.
Yeah, that's correct. And you should be able to talk about politics and religion.
I do.
It should be talked about more.
Well, that's exactly
But-
what I say.
Yeah, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. So happy and have been since Donald Trump has been elected, and all the progress that he's been making on all fronts. It amazes me the man doesn't stop, and we're seeing results. There are a lot of people out there unhappy with what the economy is doing, but they're not giving it a chance. Things are going to change. Things are going to get better. We're seeing we got $1 coming into the country of business. Wow. You know, that hasn't shown any results yet. Plus, all the deregulation is going to help. So those naysayers and people are worried about it, don't worry.
Now we've got to fix our state.
Yes, well, that's an issue, and I'm really concerned about that.
Are you a delegate?
Yes, I am.
Voting tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I'm voting for Mike Morrell,
Attaboy.
Jack Guerrero,
Attaboy.
and the
Lori
other
Wallace.
Lori Wallace.
There you
Yes,
go.
Mark Wright.
Mark Wright, and
Tom Weissmiller.
Tyson, and I don't know him that well, but I'm voting for him. I've started
Johnny
to learn.
Weissmiller's grandson.
And Lonnie Kane. Lonnie Kane, too.
Lonnie Kane, that's right. Right. The gold team.
That's right.
Yes.
And Ole,
Yes,
did you
sir.
come over here as a child, or did you come directly from Norway? Did you just get off the plane?
Well, no. My parents were born in Minnesota, of course, with my cousins Elsa, Ricka, and Sonia. You betcha. And we always had lutefisk and lefse for Christmas, but it's hard to stomach that dried codfish. But
Have you seen how it's actually prepared? I mean, they throw poison on it and let it soak in.
You soak it in, lie, and all you do is tell lies about it.
I got an idea. Let's take a perfectly good fish and put lye on it.
That's how they do it in good old Minnesota. Yeah. Yeah, my parents.
You live here now?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been in California because I was born in California.
Okay.
In Oakland, California, and then we moved back east to North Carolina. My dad was in the Navy. When I was like 3 years old, moved to North Carolina. Then we moved to Florida for a few years. and then we came across to California when my father was in Vietnam, and it's been a wonderful time in my life growing up here in California since I was like 11 years old, and just so fortunate to see the wonderful things and the great state of California.
Are you a delegate as well?
And I am a delegate
Okay, excellent.
again,
Thank
and of course, and I'm voting for Mike Morrell
Good.
for our, and he's a neighbor here in Altaloma with us. But yeah, it's a ride that we've been on. The last 15 years, I think. You look back and what's gone on with the local politics, and then we saw President Trump get elected there in 16, and then they stole it in 20, and I went out there to Washington D.C. on January 6th, and I'm still alive today.
There.
And they didn't throw me in jail.
They did. Okay, I got some other friends who were there too. But there was a point there where
kicking ass here in California this weekend because we're going to get Mike Morrell elected as our chairman.
Yes.
You guys are great. I'm glad you're here. It's a pleasure meeting you. Matt, Ole.
There you go.
All right, my friends. Go get some free food there now that we made you work for it.
There's no free meal here.
There's no free meal here.
But yeah, we in for Mike.
Yes, you did.
I'll tell you, partner.
Yeah, we just never know about that damn proxy thing. Just
The proxies, then that is a very big concern, and the electronic voting.
We're big, but we're big. I don't know if we're big enough to rig. Wait a minute. They'll hang
We're
us.
not big enough to rig. All right.
God is good.
Amen. Thank you very much. Amen for that. We'll continue, and we got kicked out. Don't listen to that. That's not true. They said we got more important people to talk to, and then they just left. That's what happened. All right. We'll continue with our live broadcast here from the California State Republican Convention in Sacramento at the Hyatt Regency with the Associate Delegate Program and John Paul White.
And we have Dwarves Candy.
And we have Dwarves Candy, which I got to talk to you about that a little bit. We do a commercial for Dwarves. This is Bakersfield personified. I'm a good old boy from Bakersfield. This was a big treat when we were growing up. They've been around since, good heavens, how many decades has this company and this family, still family owned and operated.
Black and white or red and white?
Yeah, that's right.
I like the black and white.
The black and white and the red and white. Yeah, that's right. And they make this taffy, but it's like one of those things that if you know, you know. So there you go. I just gave them a little promotion. This is the peanut butter one right here. The peanut butter one.
Best.
Yeah, I know it is. Thank you for handing it to me. There goes my diet.
Yeah.
All right, we'll continue.